Welcome back to the 2-Minute Warning, episode 358. Back on the topic of baseball today. Going to be looking at, again, the Dodgers and whether or not the Braves can beat them in this coming season again. Dodgers signed Trevor Bauer, so that just kind of strengthened their case for best team in the league. So I'm going to be looking at whether or not the Braves can beat them because I do believe the Braves are a very good team. But before we get into the video, question of the day, who is your Atlanta Braves franchise home run leader? Of course, if you know the answer, comment below, and if you don't, stick around to the end of the video, and we'll reveal that at the end. Well, let's get right into the video. Simply put, can the Braves beat the Dodgers? Yes, they can. I give the Braves the best chance of anyone in the NL to beat the Dodgers. Obviously, my main case for that is the fact that they should have done it last season in the NLCS. They had a 3-1 lead. They were really, really handling the Dodgers well. They were out hitting them. They were out pitching them for the most part. But then they ran into the roadblock of not enough starting pitching, which is why the Dodgers eventually overcame that 3-1 deficit and went on to win the World Series, of course. So the Braves are a very good team, both on defense at the plate, plate defense and on the mound, and I think this team can absolutely beat the Dodgers. Taking a look at their pitching staffs first, and I did a similar video like this with the Padres, so it's going to be kind of the same setup. We're just going to kind of compare the teams and just really point out why I think the Braves can beat the Dodgers. So the pitching staff, that was the issue that the Braves had last year that made them not quite good enough to beat the Dodgers because obviously they were second best team in the NL. They were very, very good, but they were missing starting pitching. We saw them get late into the series and really, really struggle. Had to use Max Fried sooner than they wanted to, which Max Fried is a very good young pitcher, but they overused him. They had to bring A.J. Minter out of the bullpen and have him start a game, and then they had to piece together with Ian Anderson and A.J. Minter in that game. That was really the turning point of the series. So they really had issues with starting pitching, which they did a solid job of addressing this year in free agency. They acquired Drew Smyly from the Giants. Now, he career 4.1 ERA, not fantastic, and he really didn't pitch very much at all last year. I think he started one game maybe last year. Not entirely sure why he didn't. Maybe he was injured. But Drew Smyly, yes, he's a good, solid lefty that will definitely help the bullpen out. The starting rotation. And then who else have they acquired for pitching? Charlie Morton, which is huge in my opinion. Charlie Morton came from Houston originally. Well, that was really when his career took off. I believe he started in Atlanta in his beginning of his career. Then in Houston, he got a ring in 2017. Then he was with Tampa last year, one of the main reasons why they even went to the World Series. And now he's back in Atlanta. I'm really, really, really happy to see this for the Braves because this really directly addressed the issue that I had with him, which was the lack of starting pitching. Charlie Morton is not a guy that's going to be lights out, sub-2 ERA. Definitely not. But when you need him to come in the playoffs, he's the king of Game 7s. He excelled in Game 7 with the Astros. He's the one that pitched Game 7 against the Astros as a Ray last season. Charlie Morton is a huge addition to the starting pitching staff, and he is definitely the guy that when you need a late in the series, you need someone to toughen up and really get out there and throw good innings. Charlie Morton is your guy. So I'm really happy with the fact that the Braves acquired him. Not happy, of course, because I'm a Rays fan, but happy that the Braves were able to do that because I think they have a good shot of beating the Dodgers, especially with the signing of Charlie Morton. And then who else do they have? Mike Soroka, the young Canadian. He's only 23, suffered an Achilles injury, so he's been out of the picture. But this guy was one of the top prospects as he was getting into the league. He is very, very good. Like I said, only 23, young right-hander. So Mike Soroka hasn't really had his shot in the league yet because he's been injured, but he's going to be healthy this year, hopefully, and he's going to be lights out, hopefully. Ian Anderson, again, 3-2 last year with a 1.95 ERA. His first year was last year, so another young guy, but I like him a lot. And then Max Fried the same way, a young lefty that I think is one of the best young pitchers in the game. Like I said, upper to mid-90s fastball from Max Fried, and I really like him. So this Braves pitching staff is very good, but on the other side of the ball, pitching staff, you got, of course, Bauer, Kershaw, Buehler, David Price, and Dustin May. Of course, Kershaw, 3-time Cy Young. Bauer won it last year, and David Price in 2012. So this pitching staff is very, very talented. Plus Dustin May, a young guy, but electric two-seam at like 99 miles an hour. So not enough can be really said about this Dodgers pitching staff. They are very talented. But, I mean, just kind of piecing together the matchups, who's going to be the number one for this Braves staff. I'm not really sure. It really depends on if Soroka's healthy because he's talented enough to be there, but he's young and he's injured. Ian Anderson also the same way. Max Fried the same way. But I think Max Fried is the best pitcher on this pitching staff. So you match him against the number one in either Buehler or Kershaw. I'm going to, I guess, compare him to Kershaw just because they're both lefties. I still think Kershaw probably takes the cake there just because he's got way more experience. And then going down the list, you compare Mike Soroka to Trevor Bauer maybe or Buehler, but again, Soroka hasn't really had time to debut what he's got. So I'm putting a lot of pressure on this Braves pitching staff to hold up to what I think they can do because I know the talent's there, but will they perform? Well, we just don't really know because they haven't had a chance to do that because of the injuries. Drew Smyly's new to the team, Charlie Morton new to the team, and Charlie Morton's not going to be the number one. He's not like that. He's just good and solid in the postseason and just all around solid. So Dodgers have the slight edge on the pitching staff, but that's on pure talent. The effectiveness of this Braves pitching staff was almost enough last year, plus 3 new guys in Soroka, Morton, and Smyly that I think can push themselves to be better than Dodgers pitching staff on any given day. So I'm going to say the Dodgers have a better pitching staff, but the Braves could easily be better on any given matchup between the two teams. And now we get to the lineup and the defense. I'm going to go position by position, starting with the outfield. In the outfield for the Braves, you got Acuna, you got Christian Pache, which is he's a young guy, rookie last year, I believe, and Marcell Ozuna or Nick Markakis. Markakis really fell off this past season, so I'm not really putting a lot of weight in it. I got Marcell Ozuna in the outfield, who they just re-signed for several years. Marcell Ozuna does a lot of DHing, but in the outfield, he's very good, and he's very good at the plate. So Ronald Acuna really matches up best with Mookie Betts in the outfield with the Dodgers, and Mookie Betts is better, I would say, but Acuna is much younger, and I guess you could say has more potential because he's got more time to grow. So Acuna and Betts, I'm going to say are Betts. I'm going to say are very, very similar, very good outfielders, but I guess Betts takes the edge there. And then the rest of the outfield for the Dodgers, Bellinger and Pollock, I think are better than Ozuna and Pache. Ozuna's really not that good of an outfielder. He's just got to be in the lineup because he hits the ball so well. So the Dodgers do have the better outfield on paper, but of course it's baseball. Any team could beat anybody any given day and be better than anybody else. At shortstop, Dansby Swanson of the Braves versus Corey Seager of the Dodgers. Right now, Corey Seager's the better shortstop. I do think Dansby Swanson's better in the field than Corey Seager. And at the plate, Corey Seager, when he gets hot, nobody better than him. But overall, I think Dansby Swanson might be the better shortstop. I'm going to go with that the Braves have the edge there. I like Dansby over Corey Seager overall. At first base, Freddie Freeman is head over heels better than Max Muncy. I said that last video with the Padres, I said Eric Hosmer was a top 3 first baseman in the league. You guys kind of gave me some crap for that, but I'm going to stick to at least top 5 for Hosmer, and Freddie Freeman is a top 3 first baseman in the league, if not top 2, if not best in the league. So Freddie Freeman over Max Muncy all day at first base. Behind the plate, I'm taking right now Travis d'Arnaud over Will Smith. Travis d'Arnaud was mediocre with the Mets, solid with the Rays, and now he's fantastic with the Braves. So I'm taking d'Arnaud over Will Smith at catcher. So I like the Braves catcher over Dodgers. Shortstop, I already did, sorry. Second base, Ozzie Albies versus Gavin Lux. Gavin Lux had a tough start to his career. He's got a lot of potential, but Albies has already proven that he is very good. So I'm taking Ozzie over Gavin Lux all day as well. Third base, Austin Riley for the Braves, of course. Young guy, but shown he can hit the ball to the moon and shown he can be solid and come up big in the playoffs. Third base, Justin Turner. Nobody's better right now as a third baseman than Justin Turner in the playoffs and in general. So I'm going to say Turner over Austin Riley. And then I believe that is all. I covered the outfield. I do take Dodgers outfield, but overall I said it was close, but I got Dansby over Corey Seager, and at first base I got for sure Freddie over Max Muncy. I'm going to take the Braves infield over the Dodgers infield simply because between Gavin Lux and Muncy, I don't have a whole lot of faith in them on defense, and at the plate only sometimes is Muncy hot, and Gavin Lux struggled his rookie year, which was this past season. So overall, rundown between the two teams, I got the Dodgers having the edge on the mound, but at the plate and in the field, I'm going to give the edge to the Braves infield, but the Dodgers have the better outfield. So it's very close. Again, this is similar to what I said about the Padres. They're very even teams, and of course baseball is a sport that any team can beat any team any given day. But I'm going to give the Braves the best chance of anyone in the NL and really anyone in the league at beating the Dodgers. I think that we'll see potentially or likely an NLCS rematch between the Braves and the Dodgers. So to sum it all up, Can the Braves beat the Dodgers? Absolutely they can. Will they? We'll just have to wait and see. But I think they have the tools to do it. Absolutely, guys. Thanks for watching. And your Braves franchise home run king is, of course, the late Hank Aaron. Thanks for watching, guys. 2 Minute Warning.